Good day, Professor and classmates. I am Nina Hamili Piao, and together with my groupmates, Sir Jonathan Antonio, Miss Maan Cristina Aves, and Miss Thea Leitanap, our group will present Training and Development in Human Resource Management in Healthcare. To start with, let us define training. It is the act of increasing the knowledge, skills, and abilities of an employee for doing a particular job. Employee training and development is the process of helping employees develop their personal and organizational skills, knowledge, and abilities. Why is training and development relevant in human resource management in healthcare? Lack of training can result in loss of productivity, loss of customers, poor relationships between employees and managers, dissatisfaction, such as retention problems and high turnover. All these end up being direct costs to the organization. To continue our discussion, while there are so many resources at stake, HR managers must create the best training programs to fulfill the demands. Otherwise, these resources are essentially wasted. And because of the variety of multimedia we may employ, training has become much more engaging, technical, and interactive. Just consider the potential of virtual reality. Now let's talk about training and development in the context of healthcare. This will be discussed further by Mr. Jonathan Antonio.
Thank you, Ma'am Nina, for that wonderful introduction. My report is Training and the Law. Lucio Competence, commonly known as 1% Training Law, is placed by the Government of Quebec, which obligates the companies to invest the development of their workforce to acquire new competencies and abilities. To explain further, if your total payroll for the year is over $2 million, you are required to participate in workforce skills development for the year by allotting an amount representing at least 1% of your total payroll to eligible training expenditures. The role of training and development in healthcare. Most healthcare departments' senior managers are reliable allies and proponents of ongoing education. However, when money is short and expenses needs to be cut, many managers forego training and development. As a result, spending money on education, sometimes considered as investing resources with little visible return. The expenses are definitely money spent, but the advantages are generally unnoticed and slowly accruing. The importance of training and development for keeping valuable personnel engaged and challenged must be emphasized to managers.
Thank you, Sir Jonathan. To explore the issue and present and address possible solutions, let's hear it from Miss Maan Cristina Ave.
Thank you, Nina, for the wonderful introduction. And now I'll be tackling out the first issue regarding training new hire. But before that, what do you mean when you hear the word mentor? According to Capellini 2018, a mentor is a person with experience in a job who supports and advises someone with less experience to help them develop in their work. They are someone who partners with the new employee during his or her first 3 months of employment. The mentor witnessed the ropes and can be an effective source of advice and encouragement. They offer seasoned experience in the form of training and socializing the new employee to the company. And with an effective mentor, a new employee will quickly become a contributing member to your department. To be a productive and effective employee in acute care settings, mentors should possess these qualities, which we categorize into five definitions. Number one, high performer. The ideal mentor should be highly knowledgeable or experienced in the position being filled by the new hire. A nursing mentor should have a deep understanding of the nursing profession, including the latest trends and developments. This knowledge helps them to provide their mentees with accurate and up to date information. Number two, leadership. Mentor possesses the same as a leader. A mentor should have integrity, self awareness, courage, respect, empathy, and gratitude, which will motivate a new employee to achieve something new and for the better. Number three, peer mentor. Peer mentor demonstrates patience as well as outstanding communications and interpersonal skills. Effective communication is essential in mentoring relationships. A good nursing mentor should be able to communicate clearly and effectively with their mentees and be able to listen actively to their concerns. Also, mentors should be proud of the organization and show that they like what they do. By doing this, mentors will be an inspiration to new employees and become a role model for them. Number four, advisor and guidance. A good mentor will give good advice to help them to foster and promote professional development of a newly hired employee. Number five, resourceful. A good mentor able to network and find resources for the newly hired employees. This can be a unique relationship that focus on new employees' needs and takes it out of day-to-day activities to plan the future, strategize how to achieve goals and overcome obstacles. And that's it for me. To continue the next two issues, here's Thea Lei Tana.
The second part is the organizational responsibilities for training and orientation for new nurses hired into acute care settings. Employee training and development is the framework for helping employees develop their personal and organizational skills, knowledge, and abilities. According to the role of human resources, training is important for employee retention. There are four steps in training that should occur. The first step is employee orientation. In acute care settings, introduction, orientation, and familiarization is very important for a newly hired nurse. A well-planned orientation can relieve a new nurse from stress, help reduce startup costs, reduce turnover, save time for the supervisor and colleagues, and set expectations and attitudes. Second step is an in-house training program. In acute care setting, develop new nurses to enhance their skills and development. Exposing newly hired nurses to the training program of healthcare can boost their critical thinking and decision making in urgent situations. It may include basic skills, trainings, ethic trainings, or any program that HR acquire to update new staff. The third step is mentoring. The third step of organizational responsibilities that new staff must undergo. New staff nurses in acute care setting should guide by their mentors. It helps to ensure that new employee not only feels welcome but is paired up with someone who is already knows the ropes and can guide the new employee through any on-the-job challenges. The fourth step is external training. This is not performed in-house. This training is also ongoing. It is continued education for employees for their leadership development and to ensure that nurses are up to date with the latest medical practices and technologies. The third part is outline. The third part is the outline performance assessment of success criteria for a new hire. The success criteria for a new hire's performance evaluation will depend on the job requirements, company culture, and the manager expectations. However, some general criteria that can be considered for evaluating a new hire performance are: number one, quality of work. The accuracy, thoroughness, and competence of a newly hired should assess. Number two, quantity of work. The productivity level, time management, and ability to meet deadlines should be assessed for the new hire. If it developed, successful performance was met. Number three, job knowledge. Skills and understanding of work, assessing the new hire's knowledge of the job functions and policies and procedures. Number four, working relationship. Ability to work with others. Nurses should be qualified with communication skills. Our last part is the summary. Transition phase is one of the challenges and struggles of newly hired nurse that requires institutional support. Transition phase are experienced by the newly hired nurse, whether newly graduate or newly hired nurse in the department or in the hospital. Institutional support typically accesses adequate resources and funds needed to support smooth transition of newly hired nurse. Effective employee training and orienting the newly hired nurse is essential to provide and ensure the ability to provide safe and effective care with increasing confidence. Mentorship plays a vital role that supports the development and growth of the mentee through the guidance and the influence by the mentor. Safe and effective care, professional growth and development, and improved working relationship are some of success criteria of new nurses.
This is our references. Thank you for listening.